Hello, crafty friends, and welcome back. I am working on the back side of the pocket page that you may have already seen and hopefully have seen because I'm hoping to do this one after the other one. So, this is the last of the milestone pictures for Cody's 1 year photo session in this outfit. So he had blue jeans, this button down shirt, and a bow tie. So we had several pictures taken with that. And then he had two other outfits that he wore. So you will be seeing a couple more layouts with those because I'm trying to get this batch of pictures done. So stay tuned, you will see that. So here you can see that I had a piece of paper that was, it looks like license plates, I guess, kind of cut up with different letters, that it was a paper from Seven Gypsies. I just recently picked it up in this last year from my local scrapbook store, and they had gotten an order from whatever company used to carry Seven Gypsies, that they had these papers that either they found in the warehouse or I don't know what the story was behind it, but Seven Gypsies is no longer, as far as I know, and but the look of their papers actually went quite well with a lot of the 49 Market collections. So I thought it would be cute to cut out his name, Cody, from the letters that were in that piece of paper, and we'll see what I come up with for the rest of the. We'll see if I can spell anything else out with those letters, and maybe you'll see those come through another time. So here you saw me creating these two pocket pages that obviously the letters are too big to fit into one of these 4x6 sized photos or pocket pages, and so I did use a 12 by 12 sheet of paper that had the border printed around the outside, and I wanted it on each side of the end of his name. So that's why I placed it on either side of the piece of paper that was patterned, and then cut out the middle to meet in the middle of the two pocket pages. So then I'm going to build just a border underneath it and get everything to coordinate there at the top. You can kind of see how I have it sitting up there. And I do end up cutting banner strips from, I had these 4 paper strips that from a previous layout that I created, where I probably cut it down to a smaller size for my background, and I had these strips from leftover that were in my scrap bin of 49 Market. So since it matched what I was working with, that I pulled those out to use them as accent pieces in each of these cards. So great way to use up your scraps, and maybe I will actually end up using this as my first layout for Baby Got Scraps in January. So if you're seeing this and it's January 1st, here you go. Here's an example of using your scraps up for a pocket page. So actually the yellow strips were a scrap, as well as this blue piece that I'm cutting up here. And I believe the piece that I matted my title or his name on was also a scrap from another layout. So getting several scraps used up. The background for each of the cards was actually a full 12 by 12 size piece of paper that I cut down for each individual size of the pockets. I do like to do that on my pocket pages when all the pictures are maybe from the same event. It does give some cohesion to the entire layout, even though it is compartmentalized into multiple sized pockets. However, I did find it easier to use some embellishments that I struggle using when I create a full 12 by 12 size layout versus when I am creating in these pocket pages, that I just feel like some embellishments are easier to use in a pocket page. I don't know why, but I do. So If you haven't ever created with Pocket Pages, give it a try. It is actually a great way to use up scraps. So you might actually see a lot of Pocket Pages this month during Baby Got Scraps. So if you are watching this in January, that please check down below that this is a hop where multiple YouTubers and Instagram players will play along, and you will see anything from anybody using just a little bit of scraps, maybe like I'm doing, versus some that follow more stricter rules of only bringing in one full size 12 by 12 piece of paper, and everything else needs to be scraps, which I guess technically that is what I did, that I only used one full 12 by 12 to cut down each of my sized pockets, and everything else is just embellishments from my stash. So yeah, so here I am again building a pocket with the 3x4 pieces, but building it as if they were like a 2-page 12 by 12 layout. So I do have them coordinate between each of the cards. So I cut that paint palette piece down, and here I'm also stretching that arrow across both of the pockets as well, so they do coordinate as if they are read basically as one piece all the way across. And so now I'm adding in the third 4x4 block or pocket, and this one is basically going to be a 3x4 photo, trimmed down just a little bit because you can see I have it matted, as well as a tiny border left around, and then added another partially circle punch off to the side to bring that blue into several different places on the layout. So here I have just the one photo at the bottom with my various rub-ons and titles, and now I'm going to get back to working on that very top card, the two top cards, but single, I guess double layout of the two 4x6 pages, and using that last piece of scrap here to make banner pieces on each side of Cody's name. And then I do pull out a few enamel embellishments, and I do add that to his name as well, just to give a little more decoration. There you can see that I'm trying to add this blue color there at the top. And try to get the ripping to go correctly, because I think at the bottom I used the side that I had already torn from the previous layout did not have the white showing. And so on this one, I wanted it to mimic the same tearing where the white was also not showing on this one. So I was testing to see which way I needed to rip the paper, because I can never remember which way I should rip the paper. And oh, there I glued it all the way across, and then I trimmed in the middle where I needed to separate the two pages. Now I'm just matching up so his name will read all the way across the two cards. And here is, getting the banners on. And then we are getting close to wrapping this one up. So, welcome to Baby Got Scraps. I am going to try and get some scraps used up. I don't know what really I have planned for the month, other than just trying to get some things caught up with Cody, that I haven't done layouts for quite some time. And so get ready to see a lot of this cute little guy growing up from age 1 to probably current Christmas. So who knows? Here are the close-up shots. If you have any questions for me, leave those down below. And I will also have a playlist listed below of everybody playing along. And thank you for stopping by, and we will see you next time. Bye.